Hello everyone. You're on Tony's Magical Arts and Crafts. I'm Tony. Hi, hello. Alright, today is going to be a long video because I'm making something, and so you can pull up a seat and make it with me, or just craft along with me if you're working on something else. Let me kind of give you a backstory on why I'm making this today. So, I think it was 3 or 4 years ago, I made a crescent moon, a spooky crescent moon wall hanging for my witch's tea party that I threw. And so this is what I ended up making for that tea party. It's got a hanging spider here, and it's pretty big. It's a big crescent moon. Can't even fit it all in the frame. And yes, I did make this on camera, but it's like the video, you could find it all the way back in like, was it 2002 or 2003? I can't remember. But it's on there. It's up there. It's just a big crescent moon. Now this moon was intended to be hanging in my witch's tea room, right? Which I tend to move it from the witch's tea room to the front living room around spooky season, right? Now it's back in the tea room, and now I have an empty spot on the living room wall where I'm putting all my Christmas decorations. So we're going to make a white and red version of this today. So I've kind of prepped. Oh, my sign's gonna fall. I kind of already prepped. This one's going to be smaller. Okay. I found some cardboard from my some of my boxes I've been saving up, right? And then I took just a plate, circled it, and then before I cut the circle out, I move it aside, because I want that crescent moon. Move it aside and then trace the edge again, and it gives you that crescent moon shape. Okay? Does that make sense? And then you cut that part out, and then you cut that part out. Okay, and then there's your crescent moon. I hope I explained that right. And it's pretty big. There we go. Fit it in this way. But I want this one to be white and sparkly. Instead of hanging a spider, we might hang a snowflake. And I think that the spooky one I covered in black ribbon first, which used up a lot of ribbon. So for this one, I'm going to paint the base first before adding the glitter tool. There's some tape on here. So how's everyone up to today? Making something magical? Do share, do share. Don't be shy. Alright, so I need, where's my white paint? Because I'm almost out of my white paint. Ugh. So we're just going to cover this the best I can. I'm just going to cover the front. I don't have enough to cover the back as well. But the back is going to be hanging on the wall, so there's no rhyme or reason why it needs to be decorated. And I guess you can decide which way do you want your crescent moon to go. Which mine's going to go this way. So I'm going to do this in layers. I'm going to paint it white, dry it. Then I'm going to give it a coating of glitter paint, dry it. Then I've got two different types of tools here that have glitter on them. And I'm really digging this one more. And because it's got bigger holes in it, I think the white paint and then the white glitter on top first before putting this on is going to like make sure you can't see that cardboard through the mesh. Does that make sense? That was my thinking process with that one. And you can do this for any decor or any season. Like if you want to do it in spring, you can maybe paint it a light pink with flowers on it. If you want to do it for a wedding, do it in your wedding colors. So I'm just smearing this paint on. It doesn't have to be perfect. We just don't want to see the cardboard. I'm going to get my table all messy. And if I tend to get out of frame, I'm sorry. I tried to lift up the camera further away from the desk today, so I can't quite see in the camera unless I like really stretch my neck. So I'll keep checking on it every now and then. Alright, so I'm just going to keep adding paint to this until I use up what I squeezed on my palette here. Maybe the sides at least. I know it looks very messy, but trust the process. I think everything I do is messy. I'm a messy crafter. I think every time I do a project, my art room looks like a bomb went off. And I've been in the middle of Christmas crafting, Christmas present making, and all kinds of stuff, and so, yeah, it looks very messy. I'm going to have to take at least 2 days before the new year and organize everything and clean and get ready for all the new hashtags and challenges. I got some good stuff coming up, guys. Here in a week or two, I will announce them. I will. I won't keep you in the dark. Okay, so I'm going to pause, heat set this, clean off my desk, and then we'll come back and I'll put the glitter paint on. Pause, heat set that. It's a process. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. Now that made my moon curve just a little. Let me see. I don't know if you guys can tell, but by the time we get everything on it, it's going to lay nice and flat. So no worries. Alright. So it's time to put some glitter on it. And I'm just going to pour this directly on. Let's shake this up. I haven't used this one for a while. And I need to get in the habit of using all my stuff up so it doesn't go bad. Now this one does come out white, but it dries clear with glitter. So we're just gonna, there's a big dry chunk right there. Okay. got a heavy paint smell to it. Okay. See how fast it's going? The hardest part is doing the decoration, but getting the base all ready to go to decorate is the easy part. Alright, I'm going to pause and heat set this and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Alright, so it's all glitterified. Alright, so I think we're going to go with this one. But this one is going to be a little harder to work with because it's wider, so I'm going to cut it down the middle in strips. Let's see, I think that's a good strip. And you're definitely going to need a glue gun because I'm going to wrap it around to the back side. Oh. Okay. And you're going to need some finger protectors so you can smash the glue down. Alright, so I just cut off a good sized piece and then I'm just cutting it right down the middle. And you don't even have to be perfect. No one's going to tell one side's bigger than the other. Okay. So you're definitely going to need a glue gun for this. I think I'll cut that off here. You'll have to do this in sections. Okay. So I get my finger protectors from Dollar Tree. Alright, let's see if my glue gun is warmed up yet. Yeah, it's warm. Okay. So I had to start using the new glue gun that I had laying around here. We finally found it. And can you see? Yeah, you can see what I'm doing. So I just put that on the back there. And the tips are going to be probably the hardest to try to figure out, but you just want to cut that part off right there. Right. Now that we've glued that in, I'm going to flip it around, wrap this around, and I think glue it all. Gotta make sure that corner is glued down, because it's going to want to lift up when we wrap it around. Okay, I think that's good. Okay, now we're going to see how it's hanging there. We're going to wrap it around tight as you can get it. Okay. I'm going to flip it back over and then glue that down. I think in the first video when I made the black one, I think you can see me burn myself. I burnt myself on that one. Alright. Okay, so we've got that tip done, and now we just got to keep wrapping it around until it's all wrapped. And so I'll do that. Okay, let's see. That's a good size. And you could just keep wrapping it around without cutting it, but then you're going to have all this stuff back here that you're going to be wasting, and I don't want to waste that, so we're just going to do it this way. So you can see how beautiful this is going to be. Where's all my glitter fans? Give me a glittery heart in the comments if you're a fan of glitter. Glitter, glitter. I think when things sparkle, it makes everything better, right? So I cut that one a little short, it looks like. So it kind of wants, this corner right here, kind of wants to end right there. And I'm not worried about that at all, because we're going to overlap a few of these, and that, you won't even tell that corner is there. This project, I would say, is very forgiving. You don't have to be perfect at it. Like I said, you can make it for any occasion, any holiday, any color scheme. I mean, with the Halloween one, or not the Halloween, but the Witch's Tea Party one I did, these overlapped quite a bit. So, and then I did a big cluster, like right in the middle of it. So there's some eyeball flowers there, there's a skull there, you know, painted leaves. There's those glittery picks from Dollar Tree, and then there's ribbon and gems. So you can see what I'm doing. That's, see how it's turning out? It's gonna look so beautiful. And then I'll just keep checking it to make sure it's where I want it to be before I glue it down. Well, that's going to be beautiful. Beautimous. So this little piece right here, I'm going to save that for the very bottom tip. That one will go up there. I'm gonna need a new one in there. Okay. Here's the stick. Try to pull it nice and tight. Not too tight that you're going to bend your cardboard, but just so it looks kind of snug. This crescent moon you can do in a baby's room. You know how most parents decorate their baby's room, like in a sleepy bear bedtime scene with stars and moons. You can do a really cute crescent moon. And instead of, like, today I'm hanging a snowflake from it, but you can hang a little bear, or you can put a little image of a bear sitting on the moon. How cute would that be? Or if not a bear, you can do a stork, or I don't know, a kitty cat, a doggy. I was just thinking about that. I was like, oh, this would be really cute in a baby's room. Uh-oh. I just tried gluing my scissors to some toilet paper here. Okay. Really? Hold on, guys. The toilet paper tried to stick to me. Okay, where was I? Okay. There we go. Don't worry. If the back bothers you, you can always cut some white felt afterwards and cover the back. But I don't have any white felt, and the back is not going to bother me because it's going to be facing the wall, and no one will ever see it unless you lift it up and say, "Ooh, shouldn't cover the back, you know. But look how that's turning out. Isn't that pretty? Can you guys? Yeah, you can see that. That's pretty, huh? Bling bling. Looks like the moon is all frosty. I'm just push that down into that mesh. I guess it's more of a mesh than a tool. And I think I picked this up at Joann's before they closed, so I'll have to see if Michael's or Hobby Lobby has something like it. I really love it, and I wouldn't mind having some more. It'd be cool if they made it in other colors, but I haven't seen. Okay. Make sure you grab all the glue strings. Alright, I got one more corner down here. And I think we're able to stick. Nope. We'll have to stick one more piece on there. So we can do a small. I think I cut it too short, but we can make this work. I cut that one too short. Damn it. There we go. Uh-oh. Come on. Now it wants to give me problems. There we go. It was just the operator error, right? No, there's a little tip there at the cutoff. Okay, now we just got the tip. I think, where's that short piece? Yeah. I'll have to cut some of that off. There, that's perfect. Let's cut this little piece right here. And then wrap it back around. Okay. Got all that mesh on. There we go. Alright, now we can use the glue gun aside. Get all the glue strings off. There we go. There's our, we got the base all covered and coated and glued. Now comes the fun part, decorating the middle. So I have some ribbons here that I might want to squeeze on there. I have some pipe cleaners because I might want to put like I just grabbed one because I just want to snip little bits of it off, right, and stick in there. I have some of these set of flowers. What else do I have? I know I have some jimmies here. I want to use. Let's see. These all might be too small. But hold your horses. I should have went through these before I started. Got some pearls. The pearls might blend in too much though. Oh, here's some green pearls. Okay. Where I know I have some of these somewhere. Sorry guys, I know I probably should have had this ready. Yeah, there's some stuff in there I want to use up. Some in there. Okay. Okay, I think I got it all figured out now. Okay. So, now, I think I want some ribbons here. want those on there. I wish I had some bigger ones though. But we'll have to work with what we have. Okay. Okay, so I think I know what I want to do. I'm going to do this in layers here. I want some of this. So at this point, I'm just trying to figure out how I want everything to lay down and what. Alright, so I think I'm going to put that like that. Come on. Okay, let's see now. Let's start gluing some stuff down. I'm just going to glue like the tips down. We don't have to glue the whole thing down. Kind of want it to kind of be flowy. Am I still in the frame? Kind of. Okay. Jeez. Did you guys hear that airplane going by? It was rattling my doors. Okay. kind of just making, kind of looks like a star in the middle, right? But we're just making layers at this point. Lots and lots of layers. We want it to look nice and full. Glue stick. So you might go through a lot of glue sticks. Okay. Now alright, so I might trim some of these up. This one's a little longer than it needs to be. Now, let's see, what else do I want on there? I wonder if I should add some of this right in the middle. So now I'm using the tool. Fold it. That's horrible. Okay. Now I might put that in the middle. I kind of want to add some more red. I really do like this, but it has more colors in it than I want. There's this one too. That might look kind of cool. I'm going to cut some off and see how it would look on there. It might be too much. Cut one of these. do here, I'm going to later. Now I'm just trying to get a good feeling of how I want it. You don't have to copy me. Unless you want to. Okay. Alright, now let's put these on. This one's going to look a lot more flatter than the Halloween one did. Or the witchy one. Because with this witchy one I used like, well, this one was also a lot bigger. I used like a lot of 3D stuff. Which I don't have any Christmas flowers, like full Christmas flowers. I don't typically buy that type of stuff because I don't decorate very big. Alright, so with these I'm just going to put a little hot glue. Because I still need to sneak in some pipe cleaner. Okay, now I think that's cute. I'm just using some wire cutters to cut this pipe cleaner. I got all my pipe cleaners out because I think my daughter wanted them. So I was sitting here staring at them. I was like, oh, let's squeeze some of it in. And I just grabbed one out. My daughter's a teacher, so she's always coming up with ideas of how to use stuff. And sometimes Mama already has what she needs, so. Okay. And I'm just, instead of having them straight, I'm just kind of making little crinkly shapes out of them. Just put a little bit of hot glue on the tip of them. I'm just trying to tuck them underneath the flower here. Okay, there we go. My first burn for the day. I was doing so good. Don't worry, it was a tiny little burn. Enough for me to notice, though. Okay. These little demons. Demons? Can stand up now. Oh, I just ripped that one out. Oops. Alright. Time for some glue. Apparently that one was probably already broken. I just I'll stick that back in there. There. Not broke yet. Okay. Okay, I got one more here. Right, yep. See? Did it again. Kind of crazy. Alright, now we need some bling. Start with this. And I have to use this. Put one here. I have red gems, but I don't have any red pearls, so that'd be kind of cute. Like this one. Beautiful. Alright, let's see. If we have red, what's our red gem? Come on. What's some of those on there? They look frosty. Oh, there's some silver. Some silver pearls. back in there. Okay. Let's see here. Put the red one right down in the middle. Am I still in frame? Kinda. My desk is a mess now. Okay, so. Alright, let's add some silver. I like those silver. I think I need a. I want silver right there. And then we'll add some of the frosty ones too. So pretty. Probably going overboard on the gems, but no one's got to look at it but me and my husband. Which I don't think he cares. Let's see. Let's go over here. Okay. I almost want to squeeze these last two on, but I think I'll stop there. I do want to add some with the Stella to the flowers. With the Stella's running out. Okay, let me clean up my desk real quick. There is a buttload of glue strings. Okay, let's do all that over. Okay, here we go. Now, oh, how cute would that be? I have those poinsettias. I have a poinsettia hanging from the moon. We have a snowflake. I gotta get all this stuff out of my way. It's driving me nuts. Okay. There we go. So, I want the snowflake hanging from the tip right there. I'm just trying to figure out how should I go about doing that. I don't think I have two of those. Nope. How cute would it be if we had little... Nah. I think the one should be fine. But... I might put it behind, because I'm going to have to use some thread. Use some gold thread. The only other thread, like the skinny thread I have is black, and I don't want black hanging down from there. So I think this gold should be fine. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue where's it gonna go? I gotta figure out which way I need it to go. Okay. There we go. So I don't know if you could see what I was doing. I was taking a smaller snowflake and putting it behind the bigger one and gluing them together with the thread in between the two. Now I just gotta glue it to the back here. And how far do I want it to hang down? I think that's good right there. And let's see. I want you guys to see what I'm doing. I'm just going to take some hot glue. Put it right there. Smash that down. Excuse me. Okay. Cut the top of that off. flip it over. Excuse me. My throat's dry. Okay, so now I think I want a little gem in the middle of that. Where's my gem? Should I do a silver one? These tiny little pearls too. Yeah, I think that's cute. I'm going to put a tiny little pearl in the middle of that. Just a little, very light baby blue one. Oh, that is cute. I love it. Okay, so how am I going to hang it on the wall is I'll take some kind of, I told myself I was going to use this year and I still need to. Yarn, any kind of yarn. And I just make a little loop and glue it on the back. But before I do that, I need to go out to the living room and mark it and see how I want the moon to hang. Because for the spooky one I did, this is how I did it. See, just yarn. Can you see? Just yarn. And so I went out when I did this and I marked where I want to glue that so it could hang correctly, you know. But you can see this one looked quite messy too, but no one ever sees it. So there we go. I am done with that one. That looks beautiful. Can you see the Wicca still on there now? On the flowers. Just a beautiful little cluster, very sparkly. I do have like fairy lights and white little Christmas, you know those little white Christmas trees at Dollar Tree right now that has the light inside and you turn it on, it turns different colors. I have a bunch of those sitting out there that will be underneath this moon. And we've got this little snowflake dangling. And so I've kind of been going with a white, sparkly, like snow and frosty type look this year with that pop of red. So that's why there's a lot of red on here and just that little pop of green. So there's like candles and little Christmas trees and little fairy lights. And then all my miniatures are sitting out there too, and I've got little Christmas trees surrounding the little miniatures. Too bad I can't find out a way to put fake snow on them. That'd be cute. Alrighty guys, that is all I've got for you today. I've kept you for what, an hour and 11 minutes, so whoever is hanging in there with me, give me a great big old hug, purple heart hug. I love you. Thank you for supporting my channel. And let me know what you thought of this project. Bye.